Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of Football Masterclass. Today we're gonna look at the tactical genius of Gasperini under Atalanta in Serie A this season. Atalanta have graduated from being relegation candidates to regulars in European competitions. Their acclaimed academy has served them well, but it is Gasperini who has helped them break out of their cocoon. After making some smart investment here and there, they are now borderline outside contenders in Serie A. Gasperini is not a typical Italian coach. He is not afraid to take risks. His tactics prove that defensively he instructs his players to intensely man-mark the opposition to force transitions. The marking scheme is rigid. The marker doesn't often pass on a marking duty to his teammate unless Atalanta are defending close to their box. What's unique in Gasperini's system is that the proximity of the ball decides when the player should attack it. In Atalanta, the defender will attack the ball as long as he has access to it, even though he is marking someone else and the ball handler is covered by his teammate. The ball is given priority over coverage. A defending scheme like this is hard for the ball handler because the tackle can come from any direction. Atalanta had forced the opponent to commit one turnover per 10 passes in the 2 seasons under Gasperini, the 6th and 7th highest in the Serie A since 2016 and 17. Offensively, Gasperini favors the 3-4-3 that set up 2 Rhomboids to support the striker in the offense. The backward movement of a central midfielder creates a pocket of half spaces for the wide forward. The sided centre-back pushes up to support the wing-back, and the wing-back can attack the flank or hit the box depending on the situation. The central midfielder, in this case, is expected to provide a defensive cover. Bringing Joseph Ilicic and Duvan Zapata into the fold makes them even more dangerous than they were. Both players bring the creativity that used to come solely from Alejandro Papu Gomez. All 3 of them can attack the defender in a 1v1 situation. They created the highest expected goal change per dribble among all qualified forwards since 2016. Furthermore, the next graph highlights what a strong player Zapata is because of his physique. Zapata doesn't go for the header a lot, but he does it as well as anyone, including the man he has replaced, Andrea Petagna. A target up top like Zapata means you can transition quickly using the second ball. Ilicic is an odd player. He doesn't have Gomez's speed nor Zapata's power. He is nonetheless big, 6'3", same as Mario Mandzukic, and he uses his body well. Ilicic is excellent at using his big frame to hold the position. He can then either get past the marker or open a pass or shot angle with his dribble, making him as dangerous as Gomez or Zapata. Gasperini modifies the offense to accommodate them. The team is instructed to use most of the trials touches when Atalanta are on the attack. 34.5% of all the passes in the opponent's half have gone through Gomez, Ilicic, and Zapata this year, the highest since 2016. Isolating them with the opponent's defenders with plenty of space becomes a priority. The clustering of passes identifies the types of passes that are overrepresented for Atalanta this season. 2 changes stand out: more sideways passes to the flank and more vertical long balls directly from the initial third. These passes are the means to create space up top by drawing out the opponent's defenders using the wingback or Papu Gomez. Instead of pushing the wingback up to attack the flank, Gasperini has him drop deep to the initial third to pull out the opponent's fullback. The strategy works especially well against the back 3, which makes up 40% of formations used in Serie A this season with a high block. When the opponent's wingback moves out of their position, Ilicic will often be left alone with a single marker. Gomez always demands the opponent's close attention. He makes a great prey to pull out the additional opponent's centre-back out of the position. Positioning Gomez, their most important player, so far away from the opponent's goal seems counterproductive, but it isn't. Zapata and Ilicic are so good at getting past the opponent's defenders in the open space, isolating them against a few defenders, always triumphant trying to solve a stable defense even with Gomez directing the play. Even when they do, Zapata can serve as a pass target in the half space for his teammates to develop the attack. The central midfielder is relieved of the playmaking duty and is free to move into the box. In the open play, 24% of their crosses aimed at the central midfielder this season, 5 times more than what they did last year. The strategy required creating a hole in the midfield on purpose. Atalanta have also avoided attacking through the middle area of the pitch under Gasperini. The new tactics also helped to form a wall of players, the midfielders and the wingbacks behind the ball. They can become a secondary wave that attacks via a second ball that is knocked out by Tabata or Ilicic. With 2 ultra-aggressive wingbacks, Gasperini can't afford to field a purely technical player in the central midfield. Their attacks are usually always directed to the flank or half space where Gomez and Ilicic operate. To release and to support them, Atalanta need to push their centre-backs extremely high. The movement can overwhelm the opponent, but it also creates a lot of gaps for the centre-back to cover. Playmakers solve some of that problem. Finding him early during the build-up means you can transition into attacking shape earlier than they do with Gomez and Ilicic in the half space in the opponent's half. Gomez, now the playmaker, decides how and where the ball enhances teammates to go. The mechanism to find Gomez is still the same. The central midfielder is dropping to create a room for him to operate, but the point of transition is different. It is close to the centre-back as opposed to the opponent's half right behind the first line. The structure gains stability. With 70 goals in Serie A this season, Gasperini has truly transformed Atalanta into a lethal scoring machine. Looking at the difference between Atalanta and small clubs in Italy, with the likes of Lazio, Roma, Juventus, Inter Milan, Napoli and AC Milan, you can see that how fascinating and truly magnificent Gasperini has done in Atalanta this season.